So if you ask for zoning change, there would have to be a percentage of the building will have to be for low-income housing, and that was something that could not be passed over as in previous practices were, I guess you asked for dispensation, for donation, I don't know what that exactly means. So what percentage of the 95 units will be for low-income housing, and how does one maintain the integrity? Doesn't that in low-income housing does not get resold for a profit to someone who's not under low-income housing?
Well, I'll answer that.
There we go.
We're gonna have to do affordable housing. And I said anybody else who's gonna build over here is gonna have to do affordable housing if they're doing it in this ward, in the 27th ward. In the past, we allowed developers to buy out. We also allowed developers to leverage their dollars to help build affordable housing on the west end of the ward. We also allowed developers to take some money and donate it to some of the schools. We did a myriad of things. It's not low-income housing. It's affordable housing. Affordable housing is for police officers, nurses. Most of the people who work for the city of Chicago are affordable people who qualify for affordable housing. Probably a lot of people that sit here, quiet as a skeptic, may qualify for affordable housing. So yes, it's going to be some affordable housing. Told him no, he can't get out of it. He tried to get out of it. I said no, because I said what I said and I mean what I say. And that's all. They're going to have to do affordable housing. Anybody else who's building this ward is going to have to do affordable housing. Or, if all those guys want to build this ward and put all their money together, they can do one big affordable project and not build affordable housing in their development. So if we'd rather not have it mixed in, we can have one building with all affordable housing.
You sit in. Speak on something.
I'll give you the mic in a second. I think
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to listen to folks. When more than one person talk, I can't really get it. Thank you.
And my follow-up was, and I appreciate that, if you could.
Larry, hey, I just had a quick question for the Alderman. When the lady was asking about affordable housing and stuff, and Alderman, I know you said, you mean what you mean or whatever, but you do know that I know that you do mean what you mean, but I want to know if I heard this correctly, where you had said that you wanted the affordable housing to be part of this, but then I thought that you also said, but if these developers want to get together and pool their money and make one building in the area, you would entertain that? Did I hear that? Because I know that they could buy out of this, but did I hear that correctly?
No.
Okay.
I said, if they don't want to do affordable housing, if they try to get out of affordable housing, then we can just build an affordable housing building in the community. So do you rather them build an affordable housing building in the community?
No,
or would you rather have them mix it up?
Right.
I was just putting that out there as a scenario, but no, I'd rather them mix it up. We want people to be mixed. We want everybody, we want this to be a mixed community.
But what's affordable housing? What's it?
Correct. That's the reason that, yes, exactly.
Yeah, but what the city does is we have a land, what is it called? Land trust. We have a land trust, which means that the person who owns a $400,000 condo, but he pays $200,000 for it. So the city has a land trust, which means if you do get an affordable housing unit, you won't be able to sell it for a large profit. You have to sell it for an affordable price, if and when you get ready to sell it. That's called the city land trust. Right? Even after the 5 years with the land trust. Right.
How long is
The Alderman, you mentioned that people's views don't matter to you, that that's not part of the consideration. Can you please tell us what you do consider in making these decisions?
I don't consider views. I consider everything else. I listen to folks. I gotta let you know, Shepherds is not on the top of my list. You know, sun, roof, and all that stuff. I consider reasonable things in reference to development, just like all of the things that I consider and all of your buildings was built in the community. I consider those same things.
But what is that? I mean, could you just give us 3 examples?
Pardon me, what is that?
is that? Could you just give us 3 examples?
Well, I consider the fact that community organizations as the developer, when this developer went to the, several different community organizations, a lot of times, I don't even look at developments when they bring them to me initially, because right after they bring them to me, they go to the community organizations. Once they go to the community organizations, the different community organizations ask them to do a lot of different things. Also, they go to the Department of Planning. The Department of Planning asks them to change things too. So I look at the final project. Also, after we have a community meeting, if the community asks them to change some things, then that's the final project. So in this instance, this developer went through 4 organizations, including the Greektown SSA, 5 organizations. They went through 5 organizations. They went through several renditions of this proposed development. They went through the Department of Planning, which, me and the Department of Planning don't agree, because the Department of Planning agreed on their first development. Because the Department of Planning wants density in this community, because this is part of the central area plan, which calls for more density in the city of Chicago. So the Department of Planning approved the first one with the most density, because they're looking for tax dollars to come to the city. But the community didn't. So I make the developers work with the community, try to do a compromise, try to be respectful to the community and considerate to the community, and come back with something reasonable. Unreasonable things I'm not listening to. Unreasonable things you can talk about, you want about it, send me 100 emails, it falls on deaf ears. But reasonable things I listen to. Folks talk about parking, they talk about, all those other things that you all consider. Some folks don't want bricks, some folks don't want glass, all of those different things. This guy did a lot. Matter of fact, I don't think that he's going to end up using all this parking that's in this building, quite honestly. He has more parking than he needs. Probably, I don't know if he can use it for other folks to use the parking. But he has a lot of parking. But he considered a lot of things, made a lot of changes that the community asked for. All of the letters I saw from the community organizations, when they first did this, the West Loop was against it. They sent the letter going against it. He made changes to hear it down. The West Central Association has some challenges with it. They made changes to hear it down. They've been making changes for all these different organizations. So I take all those things into consideration. And of course, some of the things I asked them to do that they made changes toward also. But folks have projections on trying to compete for property and all those kinds of things. There's some kind of legal term called intrusion of something to deal with contracts. I'm not a lawyer, but I've heard those kind of things. I don't entertain those kind of things. I entertain what's reasonable. I don't entertain personal things. I understand when folks don't want anything. I know it's like some folks came to me and said they don't want nothing built in, not just next to them, but nothing built in the West Loop at all. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Somebody came to me and said they don't want anything built in the West Loop at all. So that tells me, I know where you're coming from. You don't want nothing built in the West Loop, so I'm sure you want to approve of this project. But that's not the case. We have to continue to allow our community to be developed. We work with everyone just like we work with all the businesses before all these folks moved here. Just like we work with all of the block houses who really didn't want a lot of condos built over here. Just like we work with Andy Properties, who Andy is here, and we want to commit Andy who actually rehab 850 Adams, if I'm not mistaken, and made condos who had a lot of rental properties. Andy Properties was rental properties at first, and she converted them all to condominiums. So we took all those things into consideration. And it's a hard job for somebody to have to do it. I love doing it, but I try to be fair. I try to be frank and straight up with folks. I'm not getting ready to BS you. I don't have time for that. Fortunately for me tonight, my wife is here. She's not going to be mad about me coming home late tonight. But this takes a lot of my time. I go to these nowadays 3 days a week. Then I have 1 night, 2 nights a week. I take these things very seriously, and I want to hear from everyone. But when folks are doing personal things like this, I'll give you an example with this property in particular. This property was used to campaign against me, right? They was using this property before people even saw the property. They were telling people, don't vote for the Alderman because he's gonna let this be good, whatever else they was gonna say about it. You know, it's like it was used personally. And I was like, and folks was coming to me and say, don't let them show this property. And I was like, look, man, I let everybody come and show their presentation. I try to treat everyone the same. I try to be consistent with proposals when they come to the table. I give everyone an opportunity. Every development that comes to this board, every one of them don't make it. There's been several that haven't made it, but in most instances, a lot of developments come to the table, and a lot of developers change when the community asks for changes, and when they give the community consideration, and I see that they're meeting those things that the community asks for, and a lot of times I fight against planning because it's not what planning wants. Sometimes it's not what the mayor's office wants, you know. But I try to work with the community as much as I can to help build our community and keep things growing in our neighborhood. And that's how I make my decisions. I don't know if that answers your question. I don't know if you want to hear this question. Yeah, and that's a good question. And we're talking about doing the addition for the school. We're talking about that right now. Me and some of the administration have been talking about that. But you know, that can go both ways when you start talking about that. Because you know, down at the school, maybe we need to get 100 people over here and have small units because there's not enough room for schools. You know, I'm the one who made Skinner School a community school. It was an always selective enrollment. I wouldn't allow them to build the other Skinner on the north side unless they allow for this Skinner over here to allow people from the neighborhood to be able to go to the school. And with every charter and selective enrollment school in our ward, we try to make sure people in our ward can go to those schools because I don't represent the people all over the city. Unless God got some plans for me, I represent people in our ward. You know, so that's what I try to work toward. So yeah, we're trying to get an addition on Skinner School. I've been talking to the mayor's office about it. Me and the other two aldermen are working on it, and we're looking at that. And there's some ideas that's in the flow right now that I can't comment on that will make more room at Skinner. So we're looking at some other things. So we're very concerned about that. We like the fact that Skinner School is attracting more people to this community. We're actually trying to emulate what we've done over here with Skinner and emulate that in other communities to help build those neighborhoods up too, because we know how important it is for schools to make a difference in the community.
Alderman, this is a question for you.
Well, you know, I've been working with the community organizations. We've been working on the parking plan for several years. We came up after doing a lot of research. The city paid money and hired a consultant. They did a lot of research. You saw it was a temporary thing out last year, and to try to stop day trippers and all of those things. You know, I can't tell you that parking is going to get better in this community or any community. I think it's always going to be challenging, but at the same time, you know, we want the amenities in this community. We like the restaurants, we like the stores, we like all of those things. We have to allow for some of the businesses on the main street to be able to have parking along with the residents having parking. You know, one of my challenges with permit parking, I live over by the United Center. One of my challenges with permit parking is that most folks want to have on the streets and on their garages. You know what I'm saying? And to me, a lot of times that's not fair for the whole city of Chicago. But we got permit parking in, we try to balance it out. And so we're trying to balance it out here by, if I'm not mistaken, I know the plan was to do some meters on some of the main streets and permits on the side streets. So that thing is still in place. So we're looking at some different ways of accommodating the community in relationship to parking. But at the same time, a lot of the younger folks who's moving to the neighborhood, the millennials, you know, all of us, all of the rest of us, we're getting older and we're becoming less than the millennials. Our baby boomers, we're becoming less than the millennials. The millennials are outpacing us in numbers, and they're really becoming the drivers of the market in the country. And the city is competing, trying to get those folks to move to the community. A lot of them don't drive. A lot of them rather not have a car. They ride bikes. That's why, and a lot of the companies like Google and Facebook and all these companies that want to come to the city, they ask the city if we can, what can we do for bikes? Because most of the folks that work with them ride bikes and they want those kind of amenities to be in these neighborhoods in order to keep those folks moving to our neighborhoods. And those folks spend a lot of money, $7,000 apartments and stuff like that, you know, in our economy. And we're competing with other cities throughout the nation. The city of Chicago lost over 200,000 people in the last census. And we lost money for transportation, for schools, for a lot of things because of that. And our goal is to try to bring more people to the city so we can have more of a share in dealing with our budgets and the things that we need in this community. So we work on it.
If we can do
Hold on. You all let all these people speak and you didn't say anything. He's not on the list. He's on the list. I know it's supposed to be in. He's on the list. Tom Ford.
Yeah, but what about the people ahead of her?
So respect everyone. Let people speak. Don't disrespect people, man.
Excuse me.
Speak up.
Unless somebody you just said burn back there, better take your word back. Is that somebody's child that's sitting back there talking? I don't know who you're with, what organization or what, but when you say burn after so much has been said about fire safety, think twice about those stupid words come out of your mouth.
You know what? Hey guys, you know what?
It's not saying burn all the burn that. Is that right? I mean,
If he said that, he should have said that, but you know, I mean, it's like I'm people vote. You know, y'all should want to listen to people talk and give everybody a chance to speak, but we can just end it and I make my decision. It don't matter to me. But everybody, but give other people an opportunity to say what they have to say. You said what you have to say, Sam. Go ahead and speak.
We've been in the area since 1960. I've been a member of the WCA.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Around that block? How many people live around that block? Or how many outside of
In the
those?
neighborhood.
How many people take their kids to Bertano and MPKs? That's what it's all about, please.
Yeah, so you know, let me tell you something, and I appreciate everyone. These are some great experts you have. I actually work with these guys. This is my buddy right here. He does work on a lot of planning projects together. He gets a lot of contracts from the city. And he does a great job for most of our grants that we make in the city. I know he's learned very well. So you got some top-notch guys, and you spend a couple of circles to I agree with everything that you all say. But let me say this. You know, I try to do what's right. I've been in situations when they wanted to rehab the Green Green. People that I grew up with was mad at me because I said, tear the building down and build something new that's better for the people. Because I was trying to do what was right, not what was popular. Not some of those folks in the condominiums and got door here, by the buildings that they live in a parking spot. You know, I had the same situation in Greektown when we were trying to redo Greektown. I had to check the Greeks. I don't know if any of my Greek colleagues are here, my Greek friends, one of my good friends. There was one building on the corner, which was a hardware store, and there was a Jewish guy that owned it, and all the Greeks wanted me to just let the city take this property and redo Greektown, not all of it. And I said, no, I'm not going to let the city just take this property just because he's the only non-Greek in the neighborhood. The city's going to have to give him a good deal, and he's going to have to want to give up this property in order for this museum to be built on this property. And I took the risk of having all the Greek guys not like me for it, but it was the right thing to do. The same situation I had with the park. I had folks mad at me. Some folks fought this park, the dog park, for over 10 years. I'm like, get this stuff, you know, you're going to disagree with it. We're going to do this park regardless if you like it or not. get it done, and everybody's enjoying the park. Sometimes you just gotta do things, and I did that with several other things in the neighborhood. Matter of fact, this park here, Dallas Park, I was the one who made that happen. It happened before it was rezoned, before it was remapped out of our ward. We had to get him to sell because the state wanted the money and the university wanted the money. It was a fight for who's gonna get some of the money for the thing. And I had to call Mike Madigan up in order to get them to agree on something. And why is this kept? The property owner that we're talking about right now, George, gave his property up, put some of his property up for this park. He personally refused. He gave it up though. Eventually. He gave it up. But the thing is, he gave it up. He gave something, he put something in the game in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to make money off their property, everybody over here makes money off their property. Every development that's built, people make money off of it. Nobody is building for free. Even the affordable housing people, somebody's making developer fees and whatever the case may be. Everybody makes money off the property. This is America. That's how everybody gets down. I'm not going to hate on anyone for making money off of their property. Now, now what these guys are saying, well, we shouldn't let anything get developed out of the development. From what you're saying with fire and all this other stuff and being this close, man, right now we should just call it off and nothing else get developed over here because it's all dangerous and it's all going to bring down property values because it's so, well, I mean, well, how is this different than any other development that's been approved in the area? I have approved hundreds of developments over the years, right now other developments, I don't get it. That's, I'm letting you know. That's not clicking with me. That's not clicking with me. But let me say this. Let me say this. I'm going to wait for the organizations. The same thing with the children's theater. Guys didn't want me to approve the children's theater. They do things for handicapped kids. They didn't want me to get the money. Guys didn't want me to approve. You was one of the main ones. Didn't want me to give the money up to Mariano in the neighborhood. I was like, no, it ain't right. We're going to let Mariano's get built. We're going to get up to the money so that they can hire people from the community and look how it explodes the neighborhood. So I have to make decisions that I think is right and that I think is fair. And I'm not trying to do everything that's popular. I know I'm going to lose some votes. It don't matter. I lost votes before. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, it's going to benefit the community, and I'm going to do what I think is right to benefit the community. So we're going to, all of you all are here, what everybody is saying, I understand you all sentiments. All of you guys, especially who live right next door to the property, I understand your sentiments. I also understand the organizations. I'm going to wait for all of the organizations to give me their input, because last time I'm going to tell you, this organization wasn't for it. The West Loop wasn't for it. You know, if I'm not mistaken, we worked for the development. And it's a little different. These guys look different. So I'm taking all of those things into consideration. To say that it's going to bring, I don't know of any development that's been built in this community that has brought down property value for other developments in the community. I'm letting you know, I don't believe that. They say they're experts, but I don't believe that. I have never seen it. So I'm just letting you know. I haven't seen anything bring down property value. They even said that when the folks told me that the SRO on Austin and Lake Street people were gonna get their kids because it's gonna bring down the property value. The building's been in the Tribune as one of the architectural treasures in the city of Chicago. You don't even know what that's fine, but I felt like it was the right thing to do because this community, everybody can get away with having affordable housing built in the neighborhoods. I said, okay, building affordable housing building right here to make up for all the affordable housing that hasn't been built over in this neighborhood. So I'm going to make my decision. I'm going to listen to everybody. I'm going to take everything you all saying into consideration. I'm going to tell you, some of this stuff I don't agree with. And I'm not afraid to not agree with things that I don't think is So let you all know. Thank you all very much.